Today could not be a better day for Sanji stans. Today, this week, this break week in general, is nothing but nirvana. We're at peace. We're overjoyed. We're elated. I don't know what adjectives to use, but as a Sanji fan, this is the most exciting moment we've had as a Sanji fan in a very, very, very long time. I can't even remember, to be honest. I mean, maybe Enies Lobby with the Diablo Jambi, but that was just for a chapter. Arguably, this might be the greatest time to be a Sanji stan ever, and there's many reasons why. I'm going to get into it, but just, I just want to revel in this moment. And for all the Sanji fans that are viewing this, for all the Straw Hat fans that are viewing this, you guys need to understand, what we're experiencing here, because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on. We have strength debates, we have durability debates, we have character debates. It's all interesting stuff. But what I really want to focus on in particular is the fact that Oda has pushed Sanji in a direction where his potential in the story has blown up completely. Before, we just thought he was a cook who could fight, the wings of the Straw Hats, but and I can blame myself. I understand there will be people in the comment section that say, Jay, you were a little short-sighted with the Black Maria stuff and all that other things, and I understand that. I'm an opinionist. I react immediately. These are my initial reactions, and sometimes you need to talk to other people. If it wasn't for O'Hara, I wouldn't have understood the Black Maria thing as well as I do now. So what Oda has been doing with Sanji and Wano is really expanding his role beyond just a cook. Now he's really taking his place right next to Luffy and right next to Zoro, and I'm going to explain to you why. Let's start off with the exoskeleton. Outside of the buffs, outside of the physical achievements that Sanji's going to have with this, it's also letting us know that Sanji can go a level higher, because Sanji's not like Zoro. We don't see Sanji training off screen. Sanji doesn't have grand ambition to be the greatest fighter ever. But what Oda's doing is he's giving us unique ways to strengthen up Sanji that play a more important and dominant role in the future. Not to mention, King of Lightning said this as well. Once the Germa genes were activated and he's still really against the raid suit and all these other things, now we're seeing a Germa storyline coming back. Sanji's going to confront the Germa again with this new exoskeleton, and as you saw from my Judge Vinsmoke clip, Judge will probably be over the moon. He'll probably act like that broke father who realizes his son is in the NBA and he tries to come back saying, hey son, you remember me? I remember when you was little, right? Judge is going to be on the energy, you know that. But it just goes to show that what happened in 1028 is a lot bigger than people think. And the story implications, I want to get into that in another video, because I actually have a theory behind what Oda's going to do in regards to Sanji in the story. It's a big theory that I've been thinking about. I've dropped hints of it in my Sanji videos. Maybe if you go back, you'll find them, but it's going to be a great video. But let's stay on topic. Let's talk about the power feat. So we've talked about the story implications and what it could be, and I want to save that for another video. But with what we're getting now, we're talking about his raw stats, and a lot of people saying Sanji's got the durability now. He's got the durability. That was his biggest weakness, and now it's off the table. But is it really a buff? We saw the grill shot that he used against Queen, and people are saying, okay, well, it kind of did a little bit of something, but it didn't really damage Queen because he's got that thick dinosaur hide. And we saw the same thing in the anime with Sanji versus Page One. He used the shooting star and Page One got up a couple of frames later, right? And I was wondering why. Why would they do that? Sanji doesn't have the attack power. And I see what people are saying, but I also like to mention that there are still some moves that Sanji hasn't used that have devastating attack power. I always harp on the anti-mana kick course. That's my favorite Sanji move ever, and he still hasn't put it out yet. Now's the perfect time to do it. I think it's coming. But we haven't seen the raid suit in conjunction with Diablo Jambi. But let's go back a little bit. The exoskeleton is more than just a durability buff, and let's dissect it this way. So now Sanji can regenerate bones. We saw what happened with Yonji. When Sanji fought Yonji, you saw his face caved in and they were able to refix it up and it was fine. It was the same thing with, I think it was Niji, when Sanji kicked him back. He had dislocated his jaw and he put it back in place. So we see the regenerative abilities. But one thing I think we're forgetting here is that it's more than just the regenerative abilities. It is the skin, the hardness of their skin. The fact that in Whole Cake Island they had to use special candy bullets just to pierce their skin just goes to show that Sanji's actual skins, his kicks and his feet, will be harder than before. And then people wondering, well, what's the precedent for that? Again, Look what Reiju did as a child to help Sanji escape. She literally pulled open the metal bars of her own strength as a child. That's a strength enhancement. They were all modified the same way. So from a strength perspective, just based on the hardness of his kicks, Sanji's kicks were hard already. As, you know, minor, I want to say regular human flesh, but regular superhuman flesh. And now it's a case where Sanji's an actual monster. Don't be surprised if Sanji is much stronger in a base level than he is now, because we have precedent for it. We know that with hardness, so say for example, you hit somebody with a wooden bat, right? Density matters. You hit someone with the wooden bat, ow, it hurts. If someone hits you with a metal bat, it hurts more because it's more dense. So Sanji has more, there's more density. Please, physics majors, if I'm watching this, please let me know. But there's just more hardness. There's more substance in these kicks and in his strength now. So Sanji's gonna be able to do things that he hasn't been able to do before. It is a strength buff in a unique way, but the durability is the main factor because Sanji's always been breaking his legs, he's breaking his ribs. Sanji just broken bones galore for Sanji. No more Virgo memes, none of that. It's all done. It's dead. And that's base Sanji. So where do we rank base Sanji? Now the top 30 is going to be interesting this year. So I'm going to hold off on where I place him in the top 30. But where is Sanji now? Where is base Sanji now? And for people who don't like power scaling, I say this all the time. I don't care. This is my channel. We're going to talk about it. Sanji now is at a place where fighting Queen is no longer a huge ask for him anymore. This is normal. It's basic. This is like, to me, this is Sanji's floor. His floor now is fighting second commanders. It's like the floor. So it can go higher. And this base Sanji we're talking about. Base Sanji's floor is second commanders. That's insanity. Because then when you add the ray suit, you add the little jetpack feet. What are they called? You know what I'm talking about. The boosters in his feet. Yes, the boosters in his feet. You add in the added durability. So he's already durable. Then you add the added durability of the raid suit on top of that. This guy's barely taking damage from Queen now. Barely. He's a durability monster. He went from a durability, he went from his durability being a liability to his durability being an absolute strength of his. And I think King of Lightning also said this as well. It's like Zoro is the sword for Luffy and Sanji is the shield. And Sanji being a defensive fighter with speed, think about the fighting style that's being developed here. He is now an immovable object with the speed and the finesse and the technique to match. That fits Sanji. To me, that's the perfect form. That's perfect. It's like perfect Cell. It's like perfect Sanji. It's like when he puts the raid suit on, he's turning into perfect Sanji. I hope you guys understand that. This is the levels we're getting to here. Sanji's going up. The fact that Sanji's gonna be faster, and we haven't even got the observation hockey stuff. Like, think about that. Oda hasn't even harped on his observation hockey yet within the fight. There's still so much more to come from this fight. I'm so excited. Oh my god. I'm just reveling in the greatness. Like, oh my god. Oh, I won. I'll be honest, guys. I'm gonna let you guys know I do have to apologize. I know I have been critical. I know I made the SANJI'S change video. I know patience is part of the story, part of the journey. But again, everyone gets caught up in the heat of the moment, and sometimes you gotta wait for things to develop. Again, I've been reading this story for so long, 15 years. Guys, I'm doing my reread series now. I've been watching this series for so long. You have to understand that sometimes patience isn't the easiest thing for someone who's been reading week to week for so long. You guys have to understand that. But I'm also able to humble myself and say, hey, you guys were right. Maybe I should have been a bit more patient. Oda's gonna cash in, and he's been cashing in droves. Sanji has been absolutely incredible in Wano. Like, my whole view of Sanji and Wano has changed completely, and I'm more than happy to admit I was wrong. And I was. It is what it is. And now, we as Sanji fans, we can revel in what we're seeing, because this is only the tip of the iceberg. And guys, I promise you, this revelation of the German genes being activated is just the beginning, because the story and plot implications of what can come of this, we haven't even mentioned the Lunarian stuff yet, or Lunarians. Oh God, I can't get that word right. We haven't even mentioned the Lunarian stuff yet, and that's all gonna tie in my next video on Sanji. Will be coming out pretty shortly after this, so stay tuned. love what's happening with Sanji. To all my Sanji fans out there, I hope you guys are doing great. Take care. Yo everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe here to get the latest from the channel, or also check out some other videos that might suit your specific tastes.